Brains. Welcome to the Bitching Dead. We're your hosts, Bekah, Farid, and Tara. We're a webcast on the minds of the geeky, and we're here to bitch about stuff and things because somebody has to do it. If you have not seen episodes 1 to 6 of Fear the Walking Dead season 8, I'm pretty sure us three are the only ones that have watched it ever in the whole realm of the world. Please turn back now. We are not responsible for any spoilers you hear. We did warn you.
Please remember, this is recorded live, so we aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us for any technical difficulties or accidental or intentional swears. You can join the conversation with the hashtag #TheBitchingDead.
And we would like to remind all of you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geeky or the webcast itself as a whole, as if literally anybody else from the Geeky watches this shit.
Yeah, people are like, whenever I tell people that I do a Walking Dead webcast, they're like, "Oh, that show is still on." Yes, unfortunately.
Fortunately, we're gonna keep on doing this. Someone has to do it.
Somebody
As
has
we
to
always
do
say.
Okay, so the news section. Of course, we have to talk about the season 8 ratings. And yeah, no one cares. No one cares that the show is airing its 8th and final season. The premiere episode ended up getting only 56, basically 56,000 people watching. Like, that's like what? Half a million? Basically half a million,
for
right?
real.
Wait,
Oh my god.
56,000 or
No,
5?
not 56, 5,600,000.
Oh,
Half a
560. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
half
half
a
a
million. So like only half a million tuned in for the premiere, and then episode 2 got less than that, which was like 47, and then Odessa, which was episode number 3, got 47. Now, for some reason, episode number 5 ticked up a bit. It was still near half a million, but I was like, people, what are you doing? Stop watching this show. Don't give it views. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad, and only 6 more episodes to go, and we can finally say goodbye to this show.
So
Is it?
I was trying to figure out why episode 5. You said episode
Mm-hmm.
5 ticked up a bit.
Yep.
So I was trying to figure out why that particular episode would have ticked up, and well, yeah, okay, I'll talk about it when we get around to. Well, I guess we're not doing episode by episode, so I can just say it.
Yep.
That was the episode where Grace gets bit. Episode
Yeah.
4, Grace gets bit
Yep.
at the end of the
Mhm.
episode. So maybe episode 5, which by the way was like not good at all. It was possibly the worst of the bunch, maybe second worst. It was top 2 worst, I think, from what I remember. It was just very boring and like hardly anything happened other than Grace dying at the end. And that was at the very I don't know. Yeah. I guess Grace getting bit might have caused more people who had been watching it after the fact to watch it live, but why? Who cares about these characters?
Who cares about Grace? Really? Who cares? I don't care about none of these people.
Yeah. Zero
No.
fucks given.
No. I care a little bit about Daniel.
I get that. It was so funny whenever a character ended up reuniting with Daniel. They were like, "Daniel, you're alive. Daniel, you're alive," and I'm like, "Duh, Daniel doesn't die. He can't die."
Haven't we said he's like he's like the apocalypse cockroach or something?
You can't kill Daniel.
I honestly couldn't remember if we thought he had died at the.
I mean, well, like he's been on a bridge when it's blown up.
He got shot in the head.
Got shot in the head.
Well, I
And
meant
then
like
the bridge blew up, and he still survived.
yeah, I meant like whatever last episode we saw
right.
him in. Yeah, I couldn't remember if there was like any sort of chance he might have died, but still when he popped back up, I was like, oh, there's Daniel again. I like him though, so I'm with Bekah here. Anyway, so other news. We'll get into more of that when we actually talk about the episodes. But any other news?
Okay, so next week is gonna be the premiere for The Walking Dead: Dead City. Such a bad title. Such a bad title. The Walking Dead: Dead City. Dead with Dead raised to 2.
Dead. Dead.
It sounds like a bad video game.
Dead City. Yeah. So that's gonna premiere next week, and it stars Lauren Cohan and Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Nagy and Megan. So that's and it's only gonna have 6 episodes. So some critics ended up getting early access to screeners. We didn't get them. You can tell why.
I mean, did anybody ask? Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
for
thing.
me, you
Like,
dropped the ball on that one.
So the reviews are in, and they are bad. The reviews are bad. Apparently, some critics. Now, I don't trust the critics over Rotten Tomatoes because right now the Rotten Tomato approval rating is at 83% for this effing show for some reason. I don't believe that. 83%. That can't be true. From 12 critic reviews. However, IGN only gave it a 6. Now that I can believe. So yeah, apparently it's
I'm
like
kind of surprised it got a 6.
right. And IGN was like, it's a 6, and it's okay. It's just okay. But yeah, I don't know what those critics were thinking. Like giving it at 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, who paid you? Did Scott Gimple pay them? I don't know.
And that's is that for?
Allegedly.
He paid them in whale coin.
So wait, is that Fear the Walking Dead ratings or Walking Dead Dead City ratings?
Walking Dead Dead City rating.
Oh, okay. I wasn't quite sure which ratings we were talking about. I thought it was probably Dead City, but I was like, wait a minute, did we go back and I missed it for a second? Because I was actually trying to find this webcast on YouTube so that I could link to it and be like, oh my God, this is how I spend my Friday night. This is my life. Oh, anyway, wow. So, I mean, I guess like if you haven't seen the episodes free, why are you judging? It's got Nagy and Megan. Maybe it'll be
Nagy and Megan in it.
Nagy and Megan.
I'm like, who the heck are these critic reviews? Because Hollywood Reporter didn't like it, IGN didn't like it, other AV Club I guess didn't like it. So who are these critics that are giving this such a high rating? Like, who are they?
What's his name? Jesus Christ. Jeffrey Dean Morgan setting up a critic website. This is the best thing I've ever seen. And then he's also giving his wife critic, like he's got all his friends to write critic reviews. This is amazing.
Maybe. I haven't checked, but might as well check Rotten Tomatoes. Like, who the heck are these critics?
Maybe they're like Weekly High or something, and they just get fucking stoned and just watch.
Okay, good. It's dropping. It's dropping. It's at 77% right now. Okay, you can tell that it's all a lie because you know what? The show hasn't even aired basically, and the audience score is 93%. Who's watching this? Who's this audience? 93% audience score. Just let this franchise die. Because
people who got screeners and don't want to not get screeners in the future.
Right? Yeah.
Let's be real.
Because we all need those screeners for the upcoming Rick and Michonne show. And Daryl and Perry. Emily in Paris, Daryl in Paris.
But with more motorcycles and less fashion.
And everyone has an accent. Oh, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I don't trust these critics, whoever they are. But yeah, hey, we'll be watching the show. Yeah, Hollywood Reporter, rotten. Roger Ebert, rotten. The Rap, rotten. Like, yeah, Collider gave them. Okay, so Collider gave them a fresh. Based magazine gave them a fresh.
Based magazine, like a turkey baster.
Based.
Oh, paste. Like they eat paste.
I don't know what kind of magazine it is. Based magazine. TV Fanatic gave it a fresh. Yeah, no. Variety gave it a freaking fresh. You know what? The only rating that
Oh,
matters is what we think. That's it.
Taste Magazine is an American monthly music and entertainment digital magazine headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia.
Why the heck are we
Oh,
reviewing Megan and Maggie?
Naggin and Maggie.
oh Lord.
Okay. But
I
yeah,
mean,
basically,
listen, I am looking forward to seeing it, even if it's just to see like the trash that it is, if that's what it turns out to be. And let's be real, most likely, yes, that is.
that's what it's gonna be.
Ah, good times,
Mm.
good times.
But yeah, that's it. That was all the news. In a very weird way, no news about The Walking Dead.
What the actual the OG Walking Dead?
The
It's
franchise. The
it's
franchise.
over. It's
No news
over.
regarding the spin-offs or anything. Like,
All of those Rick movies.
oh, those Rick movies. Wow. 90% Rotten Tomatoes.
They don't exist, right? Like, are they ever going to exist? Like,
They said that they're not doing the movies anymore. Didn't they say that they're turning it into a TV series?
Yep, they're turning it into a TV series with Michonne in it.
I'm just gonna throw myself into the sun right now.
So Michonne's gonna be in it, and apparently Morgan is making his way over there too to ruin that show.
I am go. I missed that. When did he do? When did he call? When
Over,
did he call Rick? Which episode?
we'll talk about it. It's the very
yeah,
last one.
but yeah,
I watched.
he's going there to ruin that show too.
I watched that one and I didn't. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that they changed the movie thing. I don't fucking know. Forgetting. Maybe I'm just blocking it from my knowledge in hopes of never having to deal with it.
Our brains can only take so much trauma.
Eh,
Start forgetting stuff about the Walking Dead.
I am going to turn into the Walking Dead if I keep having to watch these fucking shows.
Okay, so that was it. That was it for news. That's it.
So little. So
Right?
little. Oh my god. Well.
Oh well.
Anyway.
6 episodes. 6 grueling, tiresome episodes.
Yeah.
And you both ended up having favorite moments? Really?
Listen. Mine is literally just everything with Daniel, just because I have literally nothing else to say that's positive, or at least I didn't think so. I did add one other thought, but really it was just like I couldn't remember if we had thought Daniel had died or not, but I just had it in my brain that he was in big bad danger again. And so, like, when he came back, like Bekah said, I think he's just like the cockroach of the show. And I was just so happy to see Daniel again. But he was good in these episodes, like using his past experience as I can't remember who he fought for, the cartel in like Nicaragua or some bullshit, or the bad government in Nicaragua, I think is what it was. Was it Nicaragua? Maybe it was El Salvador. Listen, I'm not trying to confuse my Central American countries, but I just it was season like 1 or 2 where he talked about it, so I don't remember the country. But using that experience to talk the kids down, whatever, was like, okay, this isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. And then at the very end of episode 6, when Morgan calls Rick on the radio and basically like repeats the same words Rick used way back in season 1 of Walking Dead, I was like, you know what? That's a cool throwback. Nice throwback. And to be honest, also had me cackling a little because ruh-roh, Morgan, you have zero idea what's been going on the East Coast while you have been trekking all over fucking Texas or wherever the fuck you were for all this time. However many years it's been at this point. I mean, I'm guessing it's caught up with the Walking Dead timeline, but it's so fucking hard to keep track with all these goddamn time skips. At least in The Walking Dead, they made like sense of them. Like I didn't like them, but they made sense of them somehow. In this show, it's like, yeah, that never mind. That's worse stuff I'm going to talk about. But yeah, so those are my top moments in that. I felt like I had to put something sort of positive in here. Listen, I'm trying to be a more uplifting, positive person. No, that's not true. I am not generally a not at all uplifting or negative person, but I when it comes to talking about like shows and movies and stuff, I'm trying to find the little gems of good in the things that I sometimes, in this case especially, have to force myself to watch. If I didn't, then I would just hate how I spent like 6 hours of my week already this week. So.
I mean, if I have to choose, the only thing that I liked is the fact that they really went with Finch getting bit. I wasn't expecting that. A child getting bit.
Yeah, I'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah, I actually like that. I wasn't expecting them to actually go with it. I was like, oh, he actually got bit. Okay, this is serious, kind of, but yeah.
What about you, Bekah?
I just love June. I started because she wasn't in the last episode. Yes, she was.
Barely,
she?
but yes. Barely, but
Okay.
yes.
I don't know. I just because like I only watched episodes 1, 2, and 6, and I've loved her forever. I think she's so fun and so badass. But like her living like this little homicidal maniac cutting off fingers, I was like, yes, good for you, girl. You go, Glen Coco. Like I don't know. Like there's not a whole lot of good stuff that I can really glean from these episodes. The bird names were cool.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know. Like everybody having their own bird name was cool. Oh, if you guys could have a bird name.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would your bird name be? If you were in Padre, what would your bird name be? I'm gonna Google names. I'm gonna get
Does
Google.
it have to be I'm assuming it has to be a regular bird and can't be like a bird of prey.
I mean, I guess it could, because somebody else had hawk.
Yeah.
I mean, then mine would be like peregrine.
Mm-hmm.
I love peregrine falcons, or I could just be barn owl. I like barn owls. Okay, I love their little
barn owl. Come in.
Oh no, that's so intimidating, Tara. Hey, where's Barn Owl?
Listen. Owls can hear very, very well.
Don't let Barn Owl find you.
I mean, if it had to be like a regular bird, I don't know though.
I would be the penguin, and that would be it. That's it.
You'd be penguin.
The penguin. The penguin. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it, I mean, obviously, barn owl is hilarious. If it, and somebody had hawk,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and peregrine is a type of falcon, actually. But I don't know. I don't really know enough about regular birds. Woodpecker. There you go. That's a good one.
Becker? I hardly know her.
Oh my gosh. I would be the tufted titmouse. A titmouse?
Titmouse. That does fit you very well.
But actually though, I would probably be like this bird.
Oh, that's a very fluffy bird. I don't know what that is though.
They're called Shima Inaga, and they're little birds.
Ain't no one calling you that.
But I mean, I feel like a tufted titmouse would be a cute bird because like they look like cardinals, but they're not.
I also like loons, but that's also a bad name.
I mean, peacock. I want to see your peacock, cock, cock, your peacock, cock. But I mean, or you could be a chicken. Imagine somebody being called chicken.
I think they would just give them like an actual chicken name, right?
Like, this one is called, oh, chickadee. That would be a cute. Sorry,
Oh
this
no,
one
I
is.
can imagine like someone on the radio during the run chicken run.
This one is called a Polish crested chicken.
I mean, but that's too long of a name. Hey, Polish crested chicken.
Look at
Are
this.
you talking about one person or three?
Curly hairbird. Look at this. Look at this. A blue-billed curassow.
It's a good thing we never turn these into fucking podcasts.
Yeah.
Who gets to be like flamingo?
Oh, that would be cool. I feel like you'd be a flamingo because you're tall.
Mm-hmm. The flamingo.
Mockingbird.
The mockingjay.
There's all kinds. Mockingjay. Those are real ones.
The mockinggay.
That's Katniss. If Katniss joined Padre, she'd be Mockingjay.
Well,
I said the mockinggay. Who's that?
What?
The mockinggay.
Gay? That would be you.
Really? Oh, cute.
The mocking bisexual. I don't know.
Secretary bird. The secretary bird.
The secretary bird?
Yeah, that's it. The secretary bird. It's actually called the secretary bird.
I've heard of them. Secretary bird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's fancy.
Right? Her code name is the secretary bird, and she's also the secretary to the boss.
Sagittarius Serpentarius.
That's a Harry Potter spell. We don't talk about Harry Potter.
I feel like this, like, yeah, this would be like a good poll. People have to choose what they think our names would be. My 4 choices are barn owl, woodpecker, peregrine, and flamingo. And I just want to see people vote me into being barn owl. Okay. Right? Oh no, wait, 5. I've got 5 choices. Loon.
You can only have 4 choices. Though,
fine. Then get rid of woodpecker. Loon.
Okay.
Loon, peregrine, barn owl.
I think you're the only. You might be the. Which one of us has custody of the Twitter account? Because it's not me anymore.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. We don't have to do that. It's just a funny idea. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. So Farid, any other funny moments? Any other favorite moments?
I hated these episodes. I hated them.
I mean, like I said earlier to you guys, it was like 90% filler.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh shit, we gotta do 12 fucking episodes. All right, guess we can kill off a couple characters. Maybe we'll pretend to be artsy once for good time, like for old time's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what about least favorite or worst?
Oh, okay. So I didn't like Mo, the kid. I was like, I don't know her. I don't want to know her. She
is worse than early seasons Carl.
Right?
We have a bad history with children on The Walking Dead, though. Mika, Lizzie, Carl, Sam, Sam's brother is a piece of shit. Enid. But Enid got better.
I mean, Carl wasn't, I never thought Carl was that bad in the early seasons. Like, he was a little kid and he fucked up and he wasn't like the least annoying, but like I think people shit on Carl way more than they should have. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm saying, like, anybody who has watched The Walking Dead, just picture like a 10 times worse Carl, and that's how I feel about Mo.
Right? Like, I was like, who is she? What kind of character is she? What's her personality? I don't know nothing about her. Like, why does she exist?
Excuse me, her personality is running away from Dad.
Right? That was it.
The system. And the system happens to be Dad, kind of.
Yeah, I was like, why? Like, it's always like, I want to find my father. Okay, so she ended up finding Morgan. Now I want to run away from my daddy. She runs away, and then she comes back. Then she runs away again. Then she comes back, and I'm like, what the? Like, choose a struggle, girl. Choose a struggle. Like, pick
Like,
one.
there's enough struggle in general in this show, or in all of these shows. Like, you don't need to be making them up for yourself as you go along, for Christ's sake.
I was like, no, no, I don't care about you, Mo. Yes, we knew you since you were a baby, but you should have stayed a
No,
baby.
we didn't, though. We knew her for like a short, very short, brief period of time where she was just a baby that did nothing but other than be a baby, and then there was a fucking time skip.
I'm like,
Well,
I don't care.
I have a question though. Is it implied that Mo got bit?
Oh, the thing, the bruise on her
Yeah.
wrist
The
that
scar,
that
yeah.
they literally forgot about. No, it was basically like Morgan being so crazy that he was about to hurt her.
No, that the scar
No,
is from
no.
when him and Madison were trying to
Okay.
save Mo.
Save her, right? And then he took her to that lake house thingy, the cabin. And then that's why he got crazy again. Remember? Because in the cabin he had the words clear and everything written.
Oh, I didn't
In
get
the,
that.
No,
I thought it was a bite at first, and then obviously by the
right?
end of the 6 episodes, I
It
was
should
like,
have it should have been a bite.
No, because
Yeah.
no, because June says that there was a child who survived a bite, but she had been exposed to radiation. That has to have been
No, I
Ren.
think June was talking about Alicia. She was
Yeah.
saying she didn't say a child. She said she
Yeah, she
knew
was
somebody who
they
got
put Alicia,
exposed.
and
Yeah.
that's why they were drawing blood from Madison in case it was like a genetic thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alicia survived a bite.
Oh, for as long as she could.
Uh,
Yeah.
she die?
Yeah, she was remember she was like really sick, and then
Yeah.
supposedly she died.
I thought she cut off her arm.
But she was still infected. She was still showing symptoms. The infection was still trying to take over her body. It
Or the
wasn't like
radiation was making her
yeah.
sick, or both together. This show does not make any fucking sense, okay? Like,
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
but yes, she got bit. She was exposed to a lot of radiation. She was still very sick, but she survived the bite and didn't turn for such a long time that they were experimenting with the radiation because of that. And then, like Farid said, they were going to draw Madison's
Mhm.
blood because they thought maybe it was like a DNA thing.
Okay.
But also, like, I mean, just because we're already there, so I guess they just threw out the whole, because in the comics, isn't it all the kids that were born after they don't turn if they
They
get,
don't turn, yeah.
or well, is it they
It was
don't turn
like
if they die?
they die. If they die,
Oh, okay.
they
So if
don't turn.
they get bit.
But if they
Okay.
get bit, they will turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I got so mad about the comics after Andrea died that I didn't finish them. And I did remember there was something like that. But also, like, it would kind of make sense that they also didn't turn if they got bit, if they've got, I don't know, whatever, man. Anyway, so I guess that, because that was the kind of thing that I was like, wait a minute, how did Finch die? If Finch, that was his name, right? Dwight and Sherry's kid. Like, how did
Mhm.
he die? Did they just throw that shit out? Okay, so it's just they don't turn if they die.
If they die, yeah. But
That's
they will turn if they
lame.
get bit or something, yeah.
That's lame.
The show doesn't care. And again,
So
it's
why
so
don't they
weird.
just kill all the people who were born before the apocalypse? And then there won't be any more walkers.
Tara!
What? What?
Wow.
How many years has it been? Half of these kids are like, they're close to being adults. Like,
Wow.
I'm not saying round
You
them
know
up
what?
and kill them. I'm just saying,
Frankly, that would have been a better storyline.
yeah, at least like having some sort of like bad guy who's only going around killing adults.
Some sort of like like a group of teens who are like that crazy, and they're just targeting adults. They're just going and killing adults.
Yeah.
Like the Children of the Corn, but with zombies. Right? That would have been a better idea.
You mean Lord of the Flies? Actually,
No,
I don't know what Children of the Corn is about. Never mind.
Lord of the Fries, Lord of the Fries, Lord, Lord of the Flies is kids killing each other, but Children of the Corn is kids killing adults. Like, do that. Where's that spinoff?
Or not just a spinoff, but a story, like a storyline in one of these shows.
That
We're
actually
giving
does
them
exist.
ideas. We're giving them ideas. Please make
Yeah.
it stop.
That does actually exist. There is actually a TV show. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Daybreakers or Daybreak. It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. It got
Have you
canceled.
seen it?
Yeah.
It got canceled. Doesn't matter. It's still a great show. One
But
whole
yeah, the
season.
premise of
Who's
that,
in
the
it?
premise
God, what's
of
his name?
that is
Matthew Broderick.
basically, yeah, the premise of that is actually the adults getting infected and everything. Yeah. But the kids aren't infected. But yeah, this would have been far better than this entire Padre thing.
Oh my god.
Like, just go ahead, kidnap the babies, and kill the adults.
So do
That's
we
it.
know who
That's all you
Padre?
do.
Do we know who Padre is?
Well, Padre is just the name of
the ship.
the shipping containers.
Mhm.
Well, it's the name of the mission, probably.
Mhm.
I honestly don't know what it stands for. I don't know if they said. If they did, I missed it, and I didn't look it up.
Because they called it him. They kept calling him. Who was
Well,
it
yeah.
that was speaking over the?
Oh, because you skipped a bunch of episodes. Sorry,
Do
people
we-
who are watching. Becca skipped a bunch of episodes. Yes, we find out that Padre is like it's the name of the. I don't know if mission is the right word. The place, I don't know, but it turns out that the man at the beginning of the Walker apocalypse, whatever the fuck they call it.
Carry on.
Yeah, well, they call it. Oh yeah, there we go. There's another name, by the way. Forgot about that. Where's our list of names for these fuckers? At the beginning of the list of names for walkers, because they call them so many different things, they added another one in these 6 episodes. They call them carrion,
Ugh.
which okay, because there are carrion birds, vultures.
Mhm.
But then where's the kid named Vulture? P.S.
Right.
But they it turns out that the guy who was running it all was the father of Shrike and
Right.
Shrike, right? And whoever the other kid was. So he died way early on. And so they've been like carrying on his what they believe was his mission, which I don't think he ever told them to just go steal children from their parents and raise them to be soldiers, but sure, guys, you do you, I guess. So yeah, it turns out that Padre, the actual father, died way back at the beginning of it all, and it's been his son and daughter who have just been running the whole thing. His son is the voice over the speakers because it's like a there's apparently like an issue with the speakers that makes it sound the way it does. Like, and so his son sounds exactly like he did over this. It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Like whenever that episode happened, and I was like, oh, okay, so like the dad's gonna lose his son, so then he's gonna decide that he wants to protect all the kids that because he didn't or couldn't protect his son.
Mhm.
No. It's the 2 kids. The dad saves them. The father dies, and that's the walker that comes out of the swamp and eats. And also, what the fuck? Like, that is so much weird, stupid plot convenience that one walker is the one that comes out of this giant swamp to eat his daughter.
Even though Morgan was like, yeah, he sank with the float with the boat, like, and he was like, surprise, motherfuckers.
Did he say?
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about her brother.
No, he said that.
No.
Oh, because then her brother was back later. I don't know. Listen, what's her brother's bird name?
Heron, I think.
I don't know. Either way,
his brother was so bland. I was like, why does he even exist? Why? What's he doing here? It's because of you. Your dad died. So there's
Yeah.
that. So why are
Yeah.
you still alive?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then his again, the sister, the daughter gets eaten by the dad. Like, what the fuck?
The circle of life.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, the other thing that I really I disliked was the Morgan's icy red superpower. I was like, no, why?
I know that was
Ooh.
like a representation of him having psychotic blackouts, but like I don't know, it was just fucking weird. I wanted to see it like from the other point of view. Like I didn't want to see it from Morgan's point of view. I wanted to see what
Yeah.
other people saw. Like I didn't want to see him. I just wanted to see what other people were seeing.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's like, so when Morgan had that break back after Dwayne died, right? Understandable. And it's like his training with what's his name with the goat and like everything that happened when he was back with like Rick and Carol and all them. It seems just really I don't know. I think it was like them just like, oh, we can't come up with another good reason for this, so let's just have Morgan have a psychotic break again. And like, are we really okay, so just to go to like one of my like worst things is the whole time skip, right? It was stupid, it was badly written, it was badly explained. And then like we're still supposed to care about these characters and we're still supposed to believe like Morgan's been going around stealing children and Grace has been in a radio tower. And okay, so we can presume they've seen each other over the years, but you're still going to act like they're like in this serious relationship? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. None of this is believable and I hate it.
Maybe I read it wrong. Wait, did it show them being close in the other episodes?
Yeah, the guest stealing.
Okay, never mind then. Because I was gonna say in the first episode, I didn't read it like they were close at all. Like I read it like they were just kind of ships passing in the night. But
What did you say? Smashing in the night?
Passing.
Okay.
But I accidentally added an H, so it said passing in the night. I don't know. I didn't get like relationship vibes from them at all whenever they ran into Ren for the first time.
Oh, they kissed each other and everything.
Oh God, not the kissing, not the
Yeah, no,
kiss.
I agree.
And Ren was like, no.
I agree though. When they first ran into her, I did not get the relationship vibes from them. But then, like, give it 5 minutes or apparently, and they were like, "We're totally in love." So, and listen, like, I am all for them having had a relationship if there was like a believable way and reason for them to have had it all this time. But where we are in their story and what is apparently the fucking again badly written and badly explained bits and pieces we get about what's happened over the past how many years has it been, like 7?
7, 8, yeah.
Also, that girl, that Mo is supposed to be 9 years old. She don't look 9. That girl looks like
No,
12,
she's not supposed
13.
to be 9. She's supposed to be 8.
Yeah, 8 years. Yeah, 7, 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, she don't look 8. She don't look 9. She don't look 10. She looks like 12, 13 at least. But actually, I should have looked up how old she is. But for real, like I just I get Dwight and Sherry staying together. I suppose, but Grace has been running the radio tower, and again, maybe they've seen each other, but I don't get this whole like they originally looked like they were just kind of like, oh, meeting up again. Hi, I've come to save you. I heard your shit on the radio, and then it's like, wait a minute, we're still totally in love, and Morgan's gonna have a psychotic break about her dying, like her death too. Don't get started on that.
So how did Grace die?
So that's another one of my this is fucking stupid bits. So in episode 4, right? Was it 4? Yes, it was 4. Which is also when we find out that the Padre shit is happening in Georgia. Because at first they kept, they're like, Morgan's back at King County. I was like, how the fuck did he get there so quick from Texas? Turns out that Padre is in Georgia. So it all comes full circle.
Wait, they've been in Georgia this whole time?
Well, the Padre stuff, yes, has been in Georgia this whole time. How? We don't know. Maybe they mentioned it or something happened in earlier seasons or whatever, or the last season where they mentioned that it was that far away. I don't know. Whatever. I suppose it doesn't matter. But so they've been in Georgia this whole time. So we get this whole Morgan going to King County to finally take care of Dwayne and I guess presumably his wife, but he's more into like dealing with Dwayne to kind of close that chapter or whatever. And
wait a second, I'm sorry. So we get to see him kill Dwayne?
Yes. But it is the stupidest. Listen. Bekah sped through like 3 episodes of this show, so Bekah hasn't watched all of these episodes, and I'm sorry for this.
I'm gonna have to watch it now. I'm gonna have to see this shit for myself.
But episode 4 is really fucking boring, and it was kind of like, wait, what the fuck? So Padre is apparently in Georgia. Morgan goes back to King County, and Grace comes to find him, and she's like, oh, all right, my cancer's back. I can feel it. I'm going to die. And okay, fine. Cool. So there's the whole thing with this episode is like and then Mo also is there. I think Grace shows up because Mo hid in the back of Morgan's truck and sent a distress signal or something, whatever. So that's how they all end up there and with Morgan. And Grace tells Morgan her cancer is back. And then at the very end of the episode, she gets bit. And then in episode 5, she dies.
Why is there all this blood on the floor? Does Morgan break her head in?
I don't think so. No, he knifes her or something. But I think after he does his blackout thing, he bashes stuff. But yeah, so like just Grace being all, my cancer is back. Let's enjoy the time we have together. Also, Grace gets bitten later that same episode. Like, laugh my ass off. What the fuck is this show?
And also, Bekah, Dwayne was basically a zombie all that time.
Well, of course he was. He was a walker all that time, right? But like Morgan, legit
for 8 years, just like
Morgan chained him in a basement?
Attic.
Oh, attic. Sorry, attic. Morgan chained him in an attic, and he's still like fighty zombie, like or walker, whatever, carrion, whatever the fuck they're calling them nowadays. He's still like fighting, and it's like nah. We've seen walkers that have just like kind of collapsed into bags of bones. Like they're still, but like they're not fighting for it after just like maybe a few years. This kid's been locked in an attic for 8 years, chained up. He's not getting any sustenance.
Not even 8 years. This would have been.
Oh yeah, shit. This would have been way longer. This would have been like
what, 12 years
at least.
Yeah. And he's still like moving around like that. Like,
oh my god, I didn't even think about how stupid that would be. Oh my god, fuck. This is so dumb.
Did he still had flesh on his bones and everything?
He had everything.
Oh my god.
Hair, flesh,
maybe
everything.
Morgan was actually traveling back to Georgia to feed him every once in a while.
But he can't regenerate. He can't regenerate.
Like a hermit crab or something. You just feed it every once in a great while and it'll be fine.
Maybe.
It's like a cat. Give it one of those free feeder bowl like container things and like a litter box, and it'll just totally sustain itself for a dozen years or more.
Skidmark coming in, feeding Dwayne mice or something. I don't know.
Morgan actually hired someone.
Now I think about it, like 12 years, and Dwayne was like,
At least I think it might have been longer than that. Now
he
that I
looked
think
good.
about
He
it,
looked good for a walker.
yeah. I mean, he was pretty like swole. Like, and the fact that Mo like somehow ends up in that attic and like the house catches on fire. First of all, I think they like light the house on fire with walkers. Like Dwight and Sherry help light the house on fire with walkers, and like so Mo runs to the attic because that's obviously the place that you go when your house is on fire. This is like the worst horror movie in the existence of horror movies. Sorry, guys. And she ends up in the fucking attic, and there's Dwayne chained up, and then like the limb,
One of the beams.
The beams. Thank you. Of limbs. I was like, that's not the fucking right word.
Not Dwayne's limb.
Yeah, the beams collapse, and Mo is like trapped, and Dwayne Walker is like getting closer and closer to her, and then Morgan shows up and he's like, oh my god, I still maybe can't kill my son who's been a fucking walker for all this time. Like, are you the governor? Like, quit your shit, Morgan. Like, I don't care I don't care who that child was or who that person was. Like, Walker, get rid of it.
Get rid of it, yeah.
To save the live person. And he like barely could do that. But also, again, how the fuck was this Walker Dwayne still even able to like he was like bleh. I mean, legit like moving around, like being like a walker that had happened like a couple weeks ago. He's been surviving on Red Bull and rats.
On spite. He's been surviving on spite.
Oh my god.
He's like, you got a new daughter? Not on my watch.
That would be me. That would be me as a walker, living off spite. I don't need to eat brains, bitches.
Fuck, I did not even think about how long it had been. That makes none of this makes any sense unless Morgan is just like teleporting back from Texas every couple months to feed Dwayne something.
Or the walker mom coming in.
But it doesn't matter. Walkers don't gain any kind of like muscle or like fat by eating a dead person. So even if Dwayne was eating, I'm gonna Google a 12 years old dead body and see what it looks like.
Okay, you do that. The FBI just signed in. After hearing that.
Look, Mr. FBI, who is watching this, I don't.
But it's not really the FBI. It's little whale man posing as FBI.
Okay, so like they would be skeletal.
Mm-hmm.
If they could even think about all of the walkers we've seen, particularly in the more recent years of Walking Dead, that were just like on like the floor of the woods and shit like that, like that were barely functioning. Like they could grab, they could bite, but they couldn't like pick themselves up and move.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Dwayne was practically swole.
Did he also look like a child? Because he was only supposed to be like 10 years old. He was 10? Okay.
He still kind of looked like a kid.
He looked like a kid. But then again, a kid that was like freshly turned into a walker like a few weeks ago.
That's wild and stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up because I'm curious to see what he looks like.
Or you could have just watched the episodes.
Eat my butt. They had to find somebody that vaguely looked like Dwayne.
I mean, yeah, that's, you know.
Okay. So the Dwight and Sherry thing.
So my complaint about this is mostly just, are you fucking kidding me? They stayed together all this time after Sherry had the child and let these assholes raise their child, and they've been going around helping Padre, and then Finch gets bitten, or Shrike forces Finch to get bitten, which also fuck that. I'm gonna go into that in a fucking second. But Shrike forces Finch to get bitten, and they can't save him because their radiation thing is bullshit, and he dies, and now they break up. You're not telling me that the whole choice of, they didn't fight over the choice to let their kid be raised by somebody else and not know who they were. They went through all of that. They stayed together all these years, presumably to protect their kid, because they're like, okay, this is the best place for him, but we also want to be close so we can protect him. So we're going to stay with this Padre thing. And then they even bring their kid to June when they're not supposed to for his appendectomy. And all of this happens, and then he dies, and now you're like, we've always been bad for each other. Let's break up now. What? So all this time you stayed together for the kid that you weren't raising together anyway? I'm so mad about this. I'm so mad, in case you can't fucking tell. Oh my god.
And again, everything the two have been through to even be together all these years ago, I need to find Sherry. Okay, you found Sherry. And now they had a kid. They didn't even raise the kid. And now they're like, oh no, our kid died. So bye-bye.
They had to do that because one of them's going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
hope it's Dwight. I'm tired of looking at his weird-ass web face.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
It looks like a spider
I thought
web.
you meant one of them was going to die. I totally missed something.
No, in the upcoming episodes, one of them has to die, and before they die, they're still gonna be like, it was a mistake to break up with you, I still love you. Ugh. And then they'll die. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I should have never wasted my time over a breakup, and that's it. And then they'll die.
I've always loved you, Janae.
But yeah, Tara brought this up about the kids thing. We want to protect kids. Okay, there was not a single episode where I actually saw Padre trying to protect the kids.
For real. This is how it went. The constant, we're all about keeping kids safe. Oh, so let's infect a kid on purpose. Let's go super endanger some kids again when they are, Shrike is like, let's send the kids to murder or to take care of all the fucking walkers in the shipyard or shipping container yard. What? All these years you've been about protecting kids, but really, but now you're mad about life for whatever reason. So instead of keeping kids safe, you're going to literally infect a child on purpose who otherwise would have been totally fine. I'm so.
It made no sense. It made no sense. And also killing the zombies over in the shipping yard. Why not just climb up one of the shipping containers with a long ass spear and just hit them on the head with it, one by one? Why open the gate?
I don't know. None of this really made any sense.
And how strong was that gate? Why haven't thousands of zombies been able to break the gate over the years? Gates rust.
I mean, well, okay, so these are the I guess you can't call them old school zombies anymore, right? They're not the new school zombies. They're the OG, or at least post season 1 of The Walking Dead zombies. So they wander around, so they're not all pressing. I don't know. Yeah, actually, that doesn't make any sense because there would have been a sound or a light or both at some point that would have had them. Ugh. I don't know, man. It makes no sense.
Bekah, anything you didn't like?
I mean, the whole 6 episodes. I was tired of Ren. The actress was not great. She's okay. I mean, she's a kid. But I don't know. I have such high standards when it comes to The Walking Dead. I don't know. I'm kind of like about the Sherry and Dwight thing. I don't know.
It just doesn't make
none of this. Like, I understand why, because they were like maybe it wasn't Negan, maybe we were just the toxic ones, and I was like, bitch, you thought, like, that was really stupid. The Child Army, which, like I said, I've only seen 3 episodes, so I might have seen a lot, but the whole Child Army thing is a bit much. And of course, Daniel was like, once you kill somebody, like that haunts you for the rest of your life. And like, no matter how many walkers these kids have killed, they haven't killed a person.
Yeah.
And like, that's not really saying something I don't like about it. It's just.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like Daniel's like speech and all that happened with that was not bad.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, that whole scene, it was like a whole bunch. It was like that Office episode where they're all like gunning each other, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you pull the trigger. No, you pull the trigger. Like, and but it's also like these 2 kids ordering all of these other kids to pull their triggers. Well, why don't you fucking pull your trigger? Because you also have guns, dumbasses. Oh,
yeah.
We need them to prove themselves. Oh, okay. Who have you killed? Have we seen you kill anybody? Have we heard anything about you actually killing anybody? Because like, I'm pretty sure the bro kid has been like hanging out on the ship faking that he's Padre all this time. And what's the other girl's name?
Shrike.
No, not Shrike. That's his sister. Oh my gosh. I think her real name is Hope. I can't remember her bird name though.
Your bird name? What's your bird name?
No, wait. I'm sorry. I was thinking her name was Hope. No, I can't remember her real name. Her bird name was Dove. So I'm confusing Hope and Dove. Her bird name was Dove. Yeah, what's your bird name, bitch? So like the older brother and Dove they're like ordering all these kids to murder actual human beings, some of whom might actually be their parents. And yet they're also standing there holding guns. It's like, have you actually ever done this yourselves either? I kind of doubt it. Killed a live person.
No.
So, the one thing that I did not really like about this is that I thought for sure that Morgan was going to die, and then he didn't, and I was very upset.
Morgan can't die, Bekah. It's not Fear the Walking Dead anymore. It's something
Fear
the Walking Morgan.
I'm so tired of Morgan.
Fear the Clearing Morgan. I don't know. Seriously, that was kind of my end all be all of all of this. This is basically just the Morgan show now. Why don't they just rename it?
Right. This show was so good before he came on, but yeah.
He's the show ruiner.
He really is.
And I hate to say that because like Lenny James is great, but like the character, they must be paying him a fuck ton of money. That's all I have to say. Because I'm pretty sure he left The Walking Dead originally because he was like, don't feel like doing this anymore. And then they're like, please come back. Here is all of our money. They're making it rain. You know?
Yeah. Okay. General thoughts.
Well, guess what? Well, okay. I guess if we're going in, hold on. We're going in general thoughts before theories. Okay. Never mind.
Well, wait. Were there theories?
Yes. No, we'll do theories last.
Okay. I was looking theories. That's at the.
I'll get mine out of the way. How do I feel about Fear the Walking Dead season 8 episodes 1 through 6? Most of this junk was BS filler, and I really didn't like 99% of it.
This could have been like what, 4 episodes? Only
It probably
4
could have
episodes.
been 3. It probably could have been 3.
All of this.
It could have been one episode.
It could have been an email.
This meeting could have been an email, asshole. Also,
It could have
side
been a
note-
webisode.
webisode, yeah. Side note, when Morgan was like, "You can't kill me because I don't die," all I could think was like, "You don't need to tell us that, motherfucker."
We
It's like
know.
the episode, the Titanic in 5 seconds. The ship can't sink. Bloop. Like that's.
Unless you watch the animated Titanic where the ship doesn't actually sink.
I watched that, and I don't remember if it was you that showed it to me, but it was on. I think it was. Yeah, it was you, and we were sitting there, and it was on YouTube, and it was like 8 years ago, and oh my god. Anyway, yeah. So, I hate this show, and I hate Morgan. Lenny James is very nice, but he does not like to be touched.
I was sad that he left DragonCon last year before I got to literally moderate a panel with him on it.
Yeah.
Maybe this year.
Maybe
What about you,
this.
Terry? What about you, Farid? General thoughts?
Again, this could have been an email. This could have been a Wikipedia paragraph. I don't know.
This could have been like, honestly, this is what I will say. This could have been like a TV movie.
Yeah. This
2
should have done
hours.
that.
2 hours.
This should have done that. It would have had more hype in the sense that Fear the Walking Dead, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Part 1. Like Mockingjay Part 1.
Yeah,
or
do that.
Breaking Dawn Part 1. Or what the fuck was the Harry Potter? The last Harry Potter?
Deadly
Yeah, Deathly Hallows Part 1. Like,
They
that's what they should have done. Part 1 movie, Part 2 movie.
That's it.
Do we know when the other 6 episodes are coming out?
After Dead City.
Oh.
So somewhere after July.
Yeah, so the fall.
August, September. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be glad to see it go.
Just end.
Theories, though.
Okay, so yeah. It turns out that Lenny James is out. He's not coming back. This was his final episode. He is out of Fear the Walking Dead. It's done.
Oh, okay, because he's going to go on to the Michonne and Rick show.
We aren't really sure. That hasn't been confirmed, but he is out. He is done.
Wait, you said this is a theory.
It's not like confirmed, but it's like it's done because of the post-credit stuff that they have inside the episode stuff. The creators,
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, the creators were like, "Well, we're kind of sad to see him leave. Like, this is it. That's Morgan's ending."
I mean, it makes sense that he's done with the show, considering what happened at the very end with him. So the next time we see him is going to be in the Rick and Michonne show. Fine, whatever.
If he says
he's going to ruin that too.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Lenny James. Morgan, the character, is going to ruin that too.
Maybe he'll cameo in it or something. Who knows? At the end.
I mean, I would assume he has to show up at some point in one of the other shows, just because otherwise, why have him on the radio? It only makes sense. I don't know, whatever. So it's all theories.
He was on the radio when?
At the end of episode 6, he's on the radio calling Rick Grimes, like with almost the same exact words that Rick was using in season 1 when he calls Morgan on the radio.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to do this every single day.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll hear from you.
And
I'm
Mo
going
is
back
with
to
him.
Alexandria because Morgan is going back to Alexandria.
Okay.
To destroy that community.
Okay.
As if they haven't been through enough. Not Morgan!
Oh, shit. Oh, gosh. All right.
He's the Walking Dead. Any community he shows up in, Bye-bye.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay,
Do you
so
also have another theory?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, Alicia?
yeah.
It's like, what the? Why?
Well, is that Alicia? Because like her hand was like a fucking
No, I'm like, is she still alive? That's why they showed the hand? Like, why
Wait.
show the hand otherwise?
Where did they show this?
at the very end of episode 6.
I was watching episode 6 and I didn't see anything.
So there was this mysterious person with human hands, and that person picked up the claw hand that Alicia made for herself.
With the knife at the end.
Mm.
The funny thing is, I couldn't remember it at first, and I messaged Farid. I was like, "What the fuck is? Are we supposed to remember what this was?" And then, like 20 minutes later, I was like, "Oh wait, that was Alicia with the metal hand with the weird knife at the end."
Mm-hmm.
But they don't show. It's just somebody. So it's somebody listening to the radio with Madison's voice saying, "Like, come find your children. Here are our coordinates. Like, if your children were taken by Padre, we have a bunch of kids here." Come find us, which also seems like dangerous because like who the fuck is gonna show up,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a pair of very clearly feminine hands and arms like packing up a bunch of stuff, and one of the things that they put in a bag is Alicia's metal arm thing with the knife at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we see, are both the hands okay?
Yeah, both the hands
Yes.
are okay.
Okay, so it's not Alicia
It
then.
can't
'cause
be
her one-
Alicia, yeah.
Of course, but why show Alicia's hand? Is she coming back?
I mean, I can't remember because I know at the end she was like with another girl, but it turned out that girl was like a hallucination, right?
Mm-hmm. Of herself, yeah.
So it's like, who knows? Like, who the fuck knows with this show?
Right? I'm like, also, where was Victor? Where were the lesbians? Like, I didn't like none of these people.
Yeah, where is Victor? Did he not die?
No. No.
I was sitting here like,
I don't remember. I literally don't remember. Like, I have blocked this show, and there wasn't anything in like the recap about any of these other characters. So yeah, where the fuck is Victor? Where are
Yeah,
these
what the heck?
characters that are
Yeah.
actually interesting?
Yeah,
I mean,
what
I
the
don't
heck?
like Victor, but he's interesting.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know.
So yeah, Alicia? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
And again, more new characters with those two hands. Who is she? I don't care. Like,
Why would you introduce a new character? That's my thing. Why would you? Well, I'm asking this, and already in my head as I'm asking it, thinking, of course they would fucking do something stupid like this.
maybe it's
Like,
Luciana.
it's gonna be some random person who just shows up and is like, I knew your daughter Alicia. Here is her metal arm with a knife at the end of it. Madison, as a gift to you.
What happened to Luciana? Do we know?
No, so maybe it is
It's
Luciana.
probably Luciana.
we don't know what happened to Luciana. We don't know what happened to Charlie. We just don't know what happened to these characters.
Maybe
We
it's
just
Charlie.
don't know. Yeah. Because Daniel is like, I'm gonna go and find them or something. I don't know.
God damn it! This fucking show.
Like, again,
how
only
do you
6
give us
more
6?
episodes
Yeah,
left.
you give us 6 of 12 episodes, and you leave out all of it is about the stupid Padre shit, and we see nothing of any of these other characters who have just apparently disappeared off the face of the earth.
It makes no sense. Like, again, only 6 more episodes left. Like, what the heck are you gonna do in that? Keep on introducing new characters? Like,
I hope not. I mean, I guess that's the thing. They bring back the characters we don't know are dead. Because I'll be honest, like I've said several times already, I don't remember who lived or died. Like, I know that Virginia and her little sister died.
mhm.
Virginia and Dakota, right? Was Dakota her name?
Yeah, both of them died.
Ah, shit, I remembered their names. Wow. I
Yeah.
remember they died. But yeah, I don't remember what happened to Luciana. Don't remember what happened to Victor. I didn't fucking remember what happened to Daniel. Honestly, was shocked to see him alive. I thought he was in a boat with Charlie at the end.
Yeah, and then he was like, I forgot where Charlie was, and I was like, what? He just
He's
forgot.
like D&D from Game of Thrones. He just kind of forgot about Charlie. Fuck. This show is so dumb. Anyway.
If Alicia comes back somehow,
I mean, to be fair, we did not see her die on screen.
right?
But I don't see how her hand could have healed. It has to be Charlie or Luciana.
No, I'm like just appears later on, like not that person, just like she's still alive. Victor has her in the basement somewhere. Who knows?
I told you I wanted you to be my daughter.
Right? Stuck in a tower like Rapunzel.
Oh my god. But instead of her golden hair, she's got to let her metal hand down.
It's a rope. It's got a bucket attached to it, and she just turns a crank.
Here, take my metal hand. Go find my mother and tell her to come for me.
Oh no.
Madison's fucking Mother Gothel. She needs Alicia's fucking presence or blood or whatever to live. So she's got COPD. Sorry, COPD.
Mm-hmm.
So how many fucking oxygen tanks even exist in the world right now? Like
as many as medicine needs. As many as it needs. That's
like in these episodes, I kept waiting for her to die.
Right? I was expecting her to die.
Like it. And actually, that's the sad thing. Actually, that's what makes me wonder if maybe they will somehow bring Alicia back, because what's the point of keeping Madison alive through all of this?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yep.
I once heard, I don't remember who it was that said this, but it was a member of either the cast or the production team that said that how The Walking Dead is about Rick, Fear the Walking Dead is about Alicia. That it was Alicia's show. I don't remember
until Morgan showed up.
Yeah, until Morgan showed up. But that's where I heard that from somebody, and I was like, okay.
I guess they're trying to get it back to being Alicia's show with
no, this was a time ago.
Morgan has exited. They brought back Madison, and now they're like pivoting. They're like going back to what it was supposed to originally be about.
No, this was a long time ago. This was like way back. This was like when Morgan first showed up or something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that Alicia is gonna be back or something in some capacity somehow. I
hope so.
Yeah, because the actress herself, she's kind of busy. Her new show is like 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it hasn't been canceled yet.
But also, there's only 6 episodes of this left, so they could absolutely bring back Alicia with like no harm, no foul to whatever else the actress is involved in. Like,
yeah, they can do it. They can do it. Oh well, it's done. Bye bye, Morgan. Bye-bye.
What, Saint X? I think her new show is called.
Yeah, Saint X.
So, no more theories, right? Other than
maybe Alicia will be back. Yeah, maybe.
All right. So, recommendations. Go ahead, Farid. You actually wrote one. I do have some, but you actually wrote one.
Yeah, I will recommend the other two. it's a comedy show, the other two, on HBO, and it's like it drags Hollywood so much. And it's like one of those shows that actually makes me laugh out loud. It's not like a giggle or something. It's like I actually laugh out loud. And season 3 is currently airing, and it's basically about these two siblings who are in their 30s and they're still trying to make it big in the entertainment industry. And yeah, just watch it. Just watch it. It's like so good. So good. The other two, season 3, currently airing.
I have a lot of recommendations actually. Like a lot. Weirdly enough, well, we haven't done this in a while, and I've been into like a whole bunch of new things recently. So, if you've never watched Ted Lasso, watch Ted Lasso.
Mhm.
The third and presumably final season just aired. It's amazing. I love it. It's emotional and upbeat and amazing and perfect, and it's just I love it so much. Um, in terms of like sci-fi shows, I've really been into From.
It's so good.
So
What is it?
From From. From.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, I remember you telling me about
Yeah,
that.
so it's basically like Stephen King meets Lost.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And and I think the Lost connection is more because the dad, what's his name? Michael?
Yeah, the
Is that
lead one of the lead actors.
yeah.
He was in Lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was it is it Michael or is that the kid's name? I can't the guy who had the little boy in
Mm-hmm.
Lost. It's the dad. That's one of the lead characters in this, but it's really good. I it the first season, the last I looked, was still available for free as like a preview thing on Amazon Prime. And I is it on Apple TV? No, it's not on Apple. It's on I don't know. It's on one of those fucking nonsense streaming services that nobody has heard of. But uh it's really, really good. Also, Silo on Apple TV is
Mm.
good. I Dean is like freaking obsessed with it. I'm not on that level, but it is a very good sci-fi show, and it's based on a book series. So, like as soon as the first season ends, I will be starting that book series. Honestly, um, so the other thing, the last thing I guess is books wise. My other podcast, my main thing that I do these days, honestly, Sagas and Sass podcast is covering or has been covering the Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown since September of last year. It was a trilogy that then turned into, oh, I'm gonna do a second trilogy, and then the second trilogy turned into 4 books. So we covered the first trilogy, all of the first book in the second trilogy, and almost our last couple episodes from the 5th book are coming out within the next few weeks. And then the 6th book in the series comes out on July 25th. It is amazing. Like
Mhm.
it is not a upbeat, bright series, but the characters are amazing. It's so well written, and I've always loved it, but covering it in Sagas and Sass has given me and like writing the summaries for the beginnings of our episodes and putting down all like the quotes and notes and shit we want to talk about has just really given me this like newfound just obsession, I guess, with the series. So like I've always said it's one of my favorite series, but now I'm just like entrenched in it and in that fandom so much because super excited. I mean, I've already read the 6th book because I got an advanced reader's copy, but um and actually funny enough, I mention this when we were on our last episode, our I think I might have mentioned this on our last episode, but like
Mhm.
the 5th book, a quote from the review I
Yeah.
wrote for the Geeky Area is on the
Mhm.
trade paperback for Dark Age, which is the 5th book in the series. So like, yeah, I'm just that's my life right now is like Ted Lasso has ended, but I also just like love, love, love that show and will suggest it to everybody. But Silo and From are the 2 things I'm watching and super excited about right now. And then the Red Rising saga is just chef's kiss. I'm hoping that all I'm saying is I really, really, really hope that when he announced that what was supposed to be the 6th and final book was split into 2 books, which he announced at
Mhm.
SDCC last summer, they already have a name for the 6th book. I having read the arc or for the 7th book, I'm sorry, having read the arc for the 6th book, I can see where he probably has a good bit, if not most, of book 7 written. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, book 7.
Yeah.
Book 7 written. So hopefully it won't be 4 years between publication again, but also I will wait 4 years. I just don't want to wait like George R. Martin or Scott Lynch or Patrick Rothfuss times, please. So, but yeah, such a good series. Such a good series. I love it so much. Very obsessed right now. What about you, Becca? Do you have recommendations?
So my recommendation is actually something that's a bit older. It's Mr. Queen. It's a K-drama available on Netflix. It's about a chef who works in the Blue House, which is basically like our White House. He's a chef for the president of South Korea, and he is accidentally body swapped with a queen of the Joseon dynasty. And it's got a lot of queer romance. And also queer-coded romance, because he's this playboy and he's in the body of a queen, and he's having to marry the king. And so not only is he super attracted to the concubines there, but also he begins to experience attraction for the king.
Mhm.
And so, and it's got like, and it's presented in a way that's not homophobic. I think it's presented in a way like to people who don't understand each other, trying to navigate around each other. But it is a bit older. It was released in 2020 to 2021, like December to February.
Mhm.
It has a bit of a controversy because basically it was released saying that like these are like the tabloids of the Joseon dynasty, but it's a really cute show. It took me a little while to get through it because it's like 1.5 hour episodes and there's like 20 of them. But I really enjoyed it. So I recommend it if you like K-dramas. Then you should watch Mr. Queen.
Okay.
And also, Alone is back. It's a survival show on Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big fan of Alone. I've watched all the seasons and all the spinoffs.
I've watched the one season that was on Netflix, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really chaotic. But the new season 10 is on. It's History Channel. So yeah, if you like survivalist stuff, I recommend you watch that. And don't watch The Idol on HBO because fuck The Weekend and fuck that show.
Is that HBO? Sorry, Max keeps emailing me like, watch this show, and I'm like, you're not telling me what it's about. I'm not gonna watch this show just because you keep emailing me about it. Like, stop trying to make the Idol. Yeah, stop trying to make Idol happen.
It's never going to happen.
It's in every single email they send me. Even when they don't send me one that's like, watch Idol now, new episode of Idol out. It's like, here's what you should watch this week, and it's always like the main picture in the middle of the email, and I'm like, what the fuck makes you think I would want to watch this? What have I watched on your service that makes you think I would want to watch this?
So it's currently in danger of being canceled because of The Weeknd's. Well, his name is not The Weeknd. His name is Abel. But because of his
really?
Yeah. Well, no, he stopped going by. He said he's still gonna stop going by The Weeknd, but yeah, he's still billed as The Weeknd. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Weekday.
His name is. Gosh, what is his full name?
He's just gonna rename himself Saturday.
His name is.
Saturday is the best day of the weekend, right?
His name is Abel Tesfaye. And anyway, But yeah, there's a lot of drama and stuff surrounding the series, especially because of the way that he's been treating his co-stars and the way that he's been treating the staff. But yeah, it's like super, all the sex scenes and stuff are like super graphic and like not even like in a fun way. And there's also a K-pop idol on the show. Her name is Jennie Kim. She's from Blackpink. And there's a lot of drama surrounding her being on the show. They're saying that she's giving South Korean women a bad name, blah blah blah, but she's like from Australia, so shut the fuck up. Anyway. But yeah, so it's just got like a lot of bad reviews, and I hope that it gets canceled because this is apparently, I don't even know anything really about the show, but all I know is that it's not a vibe. But yeah, so my anti recommendation, my do not recommend,
The Idol.
The Idol. Activities and cons coming up.
DragonCon.
Yep. DragonCon for me too.
You guys aren't attending San Diego?
I am a hard maybe on that. I am supposed to be on a panel, a podcasting 101 panel, but due to my work schedule and the time, it's like I'm trying my best. If I do, I'll go for like a day and a half or 2 days at most. There's also, and I'm really fucking pissed that I did not know about this until like a week ago. There is a Red Dead Redemption event happening in Tombstone, Arizona, the weekend after San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
And that is way more important to me. So if it comes down to one or the other, I will be going to that. But at this point, even though I could only find a hotel like 30 minutes away because there's only like a few like tiny little motels in Tombstone, it's less than an 8-hour drive. So like I am going to do everything in my freaking power to attend the Red Dead thing in Arizona. So that but it's one of those like I'm like 90% sure I'm going to go to that. I'm like 80 to 85% sure I will make an appearance, however briefly, at San Diego Comic-Con.
Ooh,
the Red Dead Redemption thing is so important to me. Sorry, not sorry. What about you, Farid? Anything going on for you up in Canada?
Yeah, so Stampede is coming back up. It happens like every year, so I don't really attend Stampede. It wasn't for me. It was like more kid-centric. However, there's this huge drag show that happens every year during Stampede. And all of the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race from America, they come on over to Canada to perform.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to attend that. I attended last year's. It was fun. It was like 3 hours long. You also get breakfast and everything. Yeah.
That's fun.
Scrambled
like a
eggs.
drag brunch?
Yeah, kind of like a drag brunch thing. So they're going to do this again this year. And I'm like, I'll be there.
That's
July 15th. And also, I'm not really sure, but Nelly Furtado is coming over to Calgary to perform her new music.
Ooh, I didn't know Nelly Furtado
had new music. Pseudo jinx.
So maybe I'll attend the concert. I'm not really sure, but it's like she's gonna debut her new music, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
The performance. Yeah, I'm like, oh, Nelly Furtado, good to see her again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a hot 20 years.
Right.
Or something. Probably more. I think it's been more than 20 years, right? She was big when I was like a freshman, sophomore in college, I thought. She had stuff after that, but
not as big as the songs she sang with Timberlake and Timbaland.
I'm like a bird, only fly away.
Yeah, that's like the real old shit. Good times.
Speaking of drag queens, last Saturday in San Francisco, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence got together to declare sainthood to the actor and trailblazer Elliot Page, or as we call him, Saint Pageboy, transcendent trailblazer of youth and insightful exemplar of authentic identity. Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence? No. Oh,
Maybe.
we have a few Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence here in South Carolina. You would recognize them if you saw them.
Right? Yeah.
They wear like habits and they do full drag makeup, but it's like Harlequin clown type makeup. But they wear full habits and nun costumes. Type in Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Sisters Perpetual, a non-profit organization. Images. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
So anyway, I know that has really nothing to do with what we're talking about except for drag. But all right, I am waning. I also go to Dragon Con, and I do not do any other cons. I'm not doing any other cons. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Okay.
I feel you there. physically tired, yes.
All right. Do you have anything else to say to the unlucky people
who are still watching Fear the Walking Dead? My only question is why?
Why? Who quit and why? Will Wheaton. Okay.
And also the people who are like looking forward to watching Dead City. Like
seriously, that's the friend. Well, I say friend. It's very loosely the acquaintance that I have that posted about it was like, yeah, awesome, and I was like, what? People actually want to watch this?
You want to watch Dead City? City? Dead 2 City?
with Nagy and Megan.
With Nagy and Megan? Like, don't you love yourself?
I'm just excited to watch the ziplining zombies.
Did you watch the promo for it? Apparently it's gonna have zombies that run.
Really?
Dead City?
It would be.
I mean, they introduced them. They introduced them in the end of
Beyond the Wall.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah, they're gonna run, and apparently there's also a person who experimented. So there's this zombie, and on top of it, it's another zombie, and
I saw that.
Another zombie, like very Resident Evil.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
So it's
like zombie feed.
Zombie feed.
It's like I'm not a businessman. I'm 3 children in a trench coat.
It's 3 zombies in a
Jack Horseman.
Jesus
fucking Christ! I can't wait to talk about this. She's like they say sarcastically.
Yeah, so it's very Resident Evil. That city is very Resident Evil.
All right. Well, on that note.
Well, this has been Bekah, Farid, and Tara bitching about stuff and things with the bitching dead. Thank you for joining Ben again. Thank you again for joining us. Please follow the Bitching Dead and the Geek Area on Twitter, even though we have lost custody of the Bitching Dead Twitter, so it's probably not been updated in a couple of years. Remember, we are a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thanks for contributing and helping our host site, the Geeky Area.
Yay!
Yay! Goodbye. I almost left the studio instead of ending the broadcast. Oh my gosh.